So it's TD. We got Big G. He's over. He's over there watching his sister eat. We just wanted to say thank you again to everybody who has viewed our channel over the last year or so. We've got some great ideas from you in comments about what you'd like to see, and just some significant number of questions about where Big G came from. Is that his real name? Is he from a litter? How does he play with other dogs? Does he play well with other dogs? And on and on and on. So we covered quite a few of those topics earlier today. And we thought for another presser or a meet and greet, we would talk a little bit more about his musical tastes and then what he actually does when we film his videos, other than walk. What does he look at? How many times does he stop? Which, by the way, when dogs stop, I've always wondered, I know they mark their territory, but don't you like wonder what they're thinking when they stop and look around and see things, whether they see traffic or they see other doggies or animals. And Big G, actually, this is true. Wish I could capture this on film. When he's in the backyard, if he hears a plane overhead, he'll actually look up and watch it. Like, he doesn't just look up and acknowledge the sound. He follows it with his head. He follows it across. Yeah. And when the geese fly overhead, he does the same thing. He follows them. Let's see what he's doing right now. Hey, Gibby, what are you doing over there? You watching your sister eat? You want to do another presser tonight? Maybe an evening? We'll look through our comments and answer some additional questions. Maybe see what's going on out there. Would that be okay? You think about that? Okay. He says he's going to think about that. So one of the things we asked today was, what music does Big G like? And I answered, he loves classic rock. He loves classic rock. And so we put that on all the time, default. If I can't think of what kind of song to play, we put classic rock on. Do you like The Outsiders, the movie? We're not. So back in the day, I used to manage a movie theater, and I watched so many movies that I don't really follow very many of the movies. So I haven't heard of that one, but shoot me a comment on what you like about it. I can tell you that Gibson, hi, thank you for joining, Ava. Big G doesn't, he doesn't mind when we watch TV, but he does not like sports. He does not like football. And you say, well, why doesn't he like football? And he doesn't like it when we cheer. And just to clarify, and yeah, that's him there. I'll talk about the logo of the hat here in a minute. But just to clarify, like, we're not fans that cheer and yell or cuss at the TV or throw things or do anything like that. Though I have been known to have a pretty robust cheer. But I think that the noise overall is what bothers him the most. And so he'll go, and I'll show you what he does. He goes across, and you see the desk over there, right over by the chair there. He crawls over on the other side of the chair and hides underneath there. And when he does that, that just, I'm disappointed that I've cheered so much that I've made him uncomfortable. Hey, Big G. No, so right now, I'd hoped, and I'll see if I can get him to come back over here. He's helping HD make the cookies right now, thinking and hoping that something will drop on the floor and he'll be able to have something, which is odd. I can't quite figure this out, that the puppies, even after they eat, are still on the hunt with what kind of treats do we have and when would we have treats? So, lots of questions that we didn't get to in the chat this morning. How was it living with the dinosaurs? Yeah, I know I'm old. Thanks for reminding me. But hey, just so you know, John, I actually rode my mountain bike up 5,000 vertical feet at 12,000 feet of altitude for 4 hours. So I didn't see any dinosaurs up there, and I did feel it for a week, but I was able to do that. So I'm not sure if that's what you mean by your comment. When did I retire? Well, unfortunately, I haven't retired. So I'm still actively working like many people are. And, I still enjoy it. But if I didn't have to work, I wouldn't work. I think Big G's, yeah. Do you want to go outside there, buddy? This is actually your press conference and I'm having to do a lot of the talking. So let's actually can you show everybody how you can sit? Hey, sit. Good boy. Can you shake? Shake. Show them how you can shake. Okay. And there's your sister, MP. I know you're going to run. Okay, so you'll get to see this live. This is what Gibson did, Big G did the first day that we ever picked him up. If you missed our podcast earlier today, you missed the fact that he had a cast on this leg since he was a puppy. And he had it for a long time. And we were actually concerned about that because we wanted to make sure that it wasn't, I'm just going to step outside, that it wasn't going to have long-term damage. So we sent his x-rays to our vet, and our vet told us, no, his leg's looking good, and he's going to recover nicely, which led to a bunch of comments earlier on the live of, well, why did he have a cast? And we don't know for sure because Big G was a rescue. We got him through Mile High Rescue, and I'll drop that in the comments. And also I might do a video with them as well. I'll just show you outside here as he's kind of hanging out outside. Let's see if he wants to go in. You guys ready to go back inside? Okay, we're going to go back in. But where I was going with that was that he had this cast for the longest time, and our vet said, no, it's fine. He was a rescue, and he was one of 5, I think it was 5, in his litter. And they told us, well, he's the runt of the litter. We certainly don't feel that way. Feel like he was the choice of the entire group. But going back to the cast, he had the cast on for several months, and then we got to take the cast off. And if you're a regular on the channel and you see the way that he sits, that's because of his cast. He favors and has always favored that hind leg, but it doesn't cause him any problems now. He's just as playful and runs just as hard as he ever has. The other question that we got quite a bit of, and that's him. See, he wants to be rewarded because he went outside and used the potty. He gets rewarded for pretty much everything, but I'm not giving him a treat right now. We'll finish this up. And that, I was going to say, that was the other thing that we got a lot of comments on was all the mistakes that we make in raising him, which, by the way, I get comments on the channel quite a bit about, why do you let him pull on the leash? Does he get to sleep in the bed? How come you have coverings over all your furniture? And because he lives here. It's his house. And our kids are out of the house, so the doggies are kids, and we keep them healthy. They're both healthy, but yes, they are spoiled, and we're fine with that. But I wanted to go back maybe before I wrap up and just say that from his walking perspective, he loves to go out on walks. He does not like to ride in the car. So when we take him in the car, he's not comfortable with that at all. But if it's a short trip, he doesn't get car sick and he's good. So he likes that. And then the other thing I wanted to show I got quite a few questions with regard to the logo and what the logo means. I've said repeatedly, we're from Colorado. These are the mountains of Colorado. That's part of the state flag. It's the sun and the sea right there. And of course, you recognize him. That's Big G, and his kind of signature underbite that he has, which, by the way, the logo, as I mentioned earlier on our podcast, was designed by my son. So that's all for now. We'll wrap up. I appreciate everybody joining, appreciate the likes and the comments. If you enjoy the channel and you want to see something in particular that we haven't covered, then by all means, send me a note, DM me, and we'll put it on there. If you have a favorite song, I get those requests quite a bit of, hey, could you put one of your videos to this song or that song? So always happy to do that. And then the one thing that I think that has touched me that I hadn't anticipated when we crossed the threshold to 1 million views, which just still blows my mind that we get that kind of traction, was all the heartfelt messages that we get from folks who have lost pets before, which, by the way, we are in that group as well, and we'll go more into that in the coming months. About pets and just why they're so unbelievably special. So again, thanks for joining. We'll do it again. If you have some ideas on what to include or have additional questions, keep sending your questions because we love to get them. And we hope you have a wonderful weekend. We will be watching the Super Bowl, but not cheering really for either team. If anything, we're cheering for the Chiefs. Because of our strong and intense dislike for all things Philly. So enjoy, love you, keep watching, forward to your friends, and drop me a note if you have a question for us to cover in our next presser. All right, take care, bye.